by the emperor, by the pharaoh that was here, Chestio. He told all the soldiers to build it in 100 days. He came from Egypt, huh? And for him and his family, this is what they made. Piramide Chestia. Beautiful to see. And after there is also one of the towers, the city towers, because these are the city walls that were all closed with soldiers that were defending the city on 188, 2nd century after Christ. City walls that you can see after, also proceeding to the Colosseum. And from here, this is where most of the buses are stopping when they come here and leave all the guests. Look at the city walls. They were very, very tall. From here, there were all the towers in between because the soldiers were running to defend the city until the 5th century after Christ, when Rome, all the, let's say, the emperors finished. So we had the first emperor, that was Augustus, Octavian Augustus. Before him, we had the two twins, Romulus and Remus. Their mother was Rea Silvia. She was one of the 6 virgin vessels burning the fire day and night in the Roman Forum. And she needed to leave the 2 twins in a basket following the Tiber River. And they fell down to the sea Ostia, but after they came with, a she-wolf. That's the symbol of Rome. A black she-wolf with the 2 twins. That was 753 before Christ. When Romulus was 18 years old, he decided to kill his brother. That was Remus, and he became the first king. That's the foundation of Rome, 2,754 days ago. Okay, and these are the beautiful areas. Look, some of the these beautiful apartments, nice and residential. Here is very expensive to live. We will see on our right hand side the thermal bath, Caracalla. We had about 7 of them, but these were built in 389 and finished in 411, where the emperors were going to relax. Pavarotti, Domingo Placido, and Carrera were singing here. The Opera Aida was made here, but this was the spa. Today we call it spa, where they were relaxing. They had saunas and bath, thermal bath, made with smoke underneath. And they had swimming pools called natatio. All these belongings were going to be preserved in the best museum that we have in Rome. That is the Vatican Museum, the largest museum in all the world. There are 7 miles of galleries preserving all the statues, all what is coming from the Roman Empire ruins. After the 6th century after Christ, everything was abandoned, only to recycle materials. So after the noble families came in Rome, Farnese, the Borghese, the Borgia, okay, and rebuilt most of these places, and that's why we have about 800 museums. But the largest is the Vatican. Here we can see the Circus Maximus that after we're going to see, by the way. Circus Maximus, do you remember Ben-Hur? On our left hand side, the chariot racers that were turning for 7 times, because 7 was the magic number. Palatino, right in front of you, Roman Empire palaces. 1st century after Christ until the 5th century after Christ, where the emperors were going to be living here, right in front of the Circus Maximus and Aventine Hill. We are between the 7 hills of Rome, it's true. Rome was built between the 7 hills. Celio, this one to the right hand side, okay? A section of the Roman aqueduct, look to your left hand side. This is a section because we have about 70 miles of Roman aqueduct that is proceeding to the south of Rome. But this was supplying most of the areas, fountains, and also swimming pools inside the Roman Forum, and also to Roman Empire palaces. This was the entrance to the Roman Empire palaces. To your left hand side, look, Palatino, Roman Forum, the top of the hill, with the Curia, Massenzio, that had a beautiful basilica. They were not for, Catholic reasons, but only political times inside the Roman Forum, the Via Sacra, Sacred Way. And this is the Colosseum, look, in front of you. And 72 after Christ, 80 finished. The seven wonders of all the world. 8 years to build it. First,
8 years.
8 years. The Emperor Vespasian wanted to build it and Titus finished it. Half of it collapsed. Was turning around. If you see after, some of the pictures, we're going to turn after again here.
All right.
That's why Tito, the best. We have
Thank you, Tito.
today. Look, bellissimo. The entrance is to the other side. The best today you have, the best driver. And the exit was to this side. Look, where the people are coming out. The arena was where they were going to fight. So, they were coming up by, the lift. And animals, 20,000 of animals were slaughtered inside here. All the blood that came out, they were cleaned with sand. Sand, that's why arena in Latin means sand. So this is where the gladiators were going to combat against gladiators, against all sort of animals. See. Okay. Oh, they're ugly. So ugly. Look how long is the queue.
Yeah.
How long you stay. It's because it's oversold. But you can have a nice pictures. The top was with a sort of velarium, an owning system with sailors. And this is where, they were going to open it if it was sunny, close it if it was rainy. And after, this is the Arch of Constantine when he defeated Masenzo to the bridge Bivio, 4th century after Christ. And the top here is the Roman Forum and Palatino. This is what, when the Romans were living here, the Roman emperors, they were living in the Roman Empire palaces, and after they were relaxing to the thermal bath of Caracalla, having games right behind us. Nero, that came before the Colosseum, he picked the fire and said that the Christians were. But after that he died, Vespasian forgot him, drained the artificial lake, and built in only 8 years the Colosseum. And still they're trying, fix up with travertino. This is all the cobblestones, made in the 18th century after Christ. Little. In the Roman Forum, they're so big. The big, cobblestones. Roman Forum is right behind us. And here, the Palatino. One of the 7 hills of Rome. Celio, Aventine, and in between we have now the Circus Maximus. This white building in front of you, can you see that light blue flag? That is the FAO, Food Aggregatory Organization, for all the poor people in all the world. Wow. And here, can you see these two towers, these two little, let's say towers. Yeah. Towers because they represent the towers, the twin towers. When, the architectures and archaeologists were doing excavations, still they do it in the Roman Forum. They find these columns and brought them here to, don't forget, September 11th. Okay? And they're brought here. And here to the right is the Circus Maximus. There were seats and marbles all around. 2 monolithic columns, 2 obelisks in the middle, very tall. And the chariot races were turning for 7 times because 7 was the magic number. And the emperor, after decided to kill him or alive. If they were not very good to turn around, the stalls were right behind here, where they feeded all the horses. 2, 3, and 4 horses, biga, triga, and quadriga, when they were turning all around. And they persecuted Christians also here, not only at the Colosseum, not only in the Roman Forum, not only in the Basilica, that was the square of St. Peter, where Caligula had a circus, persecuting Christians. That's why they went to the catacombs that are only 20 minutes far from here, where, the Catholic were going to be living and after died also there. This is the Circus Maximus. Look to the spina on the right and in the middle here, okay? To our left-hand side is the statue of Mazzini. He was the one that helped to unify Italy. We had the unification of our 20 regions in 1870 with Garibaldi, Mazzini, Cavour. That's why in every city of Italy you find these names or statues in honor of them. and why they made the white building made for the unification of Italy, built in 1870 and finished in 1911. We can see the top of it. After the Roman Empire palaces, only the ruins today, we have a pine tree. You can see the two pine trees. That's the cave where Romulus and Remus, they were feeded by the she-wolf. It's true. Huh? And where, you know, after Romulus decided to build two villages next to each other, Remus was here to the Aventine Hill, Romulus on the top of the Palatino. And after they fought it, became enemies, and he killed his brother, and he became the first king, the Etruscan king, 753 before Christ. From here, look, we are to this beautiful basilica. Greek were living in this area, okay? And this is the mouth of truth, Bocca della Verità. Have you seen the film Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck, Roman Holidays? Was filmed here, on your right-hand side, eh? The mouth of truth is the top drain in one of the two temples, because during the Roman Empire they venerated God and Goddess. No Catholic, of course. So they had all temples. The only two that we have still until today are here, to your right-hand side, eh? So inside here, this is St. Mary and Cosmoline Church, built on the 13th century after Christ. The top bell tower was built in the 17th. And inside there is the mouth of truth. They make films, look, every time fictions, city comes. And here, these are the two temples. One dedicated to Portunus, the god of sea, one to Hercules, the god of war. 1st century before Christ, 2nd century before Christ. The Tiber River. We are here. We are to the left side of the Tiber River. That divides the city of Rome in two sections. Okay, we can see the top of the synagogue. We have right behind this area Jewish community, 2,000 years that they are here, and the synagogue made in 1904, where there is a Jewish community. To the other side is the island Tiberina, and if you cross it walking, you go to Trastevere. That means along the Tiber River, a nice and beautiful place. The island Tiberina is here. You can see still there is a hospital, there is pharmacy, trattorias, local food where you can find artichokes. And to the other side, the synagogue and Jewish community, some cafes, Jewish food. And after there is the Theatre of Marcellus right behind this area, made by Augustus for his nephew that died at 33 years old, the son of Octavia, the sister of the first emperor that we had in Italy. So from here, look at the Tiber River. It rises at Mountain Fumaiolo, that is in Emilia-Romagna, crosses 4 regions of Italy, and falls down to the Sea Ostia with 22 bridges. So look from here, beautiful. We are driving. To the other side is Trastevere, and after comes the Vatican. Scooters, of course, cars, you can see. Taxis. The light blue lines means that you need to pay €1 every hour. Gives the opportunity to everybody to park. €1, €2, depends. Otherwise, it's difficult. We have only 3 parking lots, and difficult to park in Rome. So remember that we have 800 churches in Rome. Not only Catholic, Anglican, Orthodox, synagogue that we saw before, 4 main basilicas. We have 1,000 of fountains. Not only Trevi, every square. Yes, Rome is the city of fountains and of water. That's why the Roman aqueduct. Fountains are also noses, little squirt of water coming out and drinking water the best. Very cool, nice. If you have a bottle of water, remember you can fill it up. Not to the fountains, the big ones, sculpted. And we have everywhere, all fountains sculpted in every corner, and ruins everywhere that they remade, okay, over buildings, apartments. These apartments and tiny narrow streets are the ones that cost, because we are near the center. But they're beautiful. Look, to have a walk. Nice inside. Very expensive. Also to the other side, eh? And everywhere appears something like, or let's say a church or a museum, because noble families were living here and they were related with all the popes that were in the Vatican state. The Vatican was a Vatican Hill, and after Caligula, the mad emperor that was persecuting Christians, was persecuting Christians. That's why St. Peter was crucified upside down there. And where St. Peter after had, we have the scavi of St. Peter inside the Vatican. There is the famous Pieta that Michelangelo made when he was only 23 years old. Michelangelo came, from Tuscany. He was the best sculptor, but he became also a painter.